Do you like these socks? Well, you better hold on to them because we're moving this holiday season. Join us for breakfast and hit the links with a professional golf instructor. 4. Learn where these creepy crawlies may be hiding on you and mix it up with a smoothie that's healthy for your mind and body. All of this and more today on SoFlo Health.
Good morning, well, afternoon, and welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm headed over to a familiar face's house, a place that I know I can always start the holiday season off right. After all, 'tis the season to be healthy. During the holidays, you might have some time off and you want to make the most of your day. That's why we're here to see Morgan to do just that. Let's go find her.
Hunter!
Hey!
Oh my God, the outfit!
Right? Good to see you.
How are you? Good to see you.
Check us out, right? You got the memo clearly.
Oh, I did. No lift, no gift. Avocado reindeer.
Oh, I got you
Let's
with
check.
the socks. You see the buckle?
Wow, and the fur. Who needs boots with the fur?
Exactly.
Santa
Socks
socks
with
with
the
the
fur.
fur.
What do you say we go inside?
Amazing. Yeah, coming in. I'm gonna make some breakfast. All right, I got my breakfast ready.
And I have mine here as well. What do you have?
I have some Ezekiel flax toast, 2 organic eggs, and some fresh fruit.
Nice. I've got some overnight oats, which we recently made with Nicole Mejia. You can watch that on SoFloHealth.com on how to make it. But I've just got some berries, oats, almond butter, and that fluffy looking stuff is coconut milk. So how do you stay healthy for the holidays?
So, I think the biggest thing is not completely throwing everything out the window. I still eat healthy foods, I still make it to the gym,
right.
But I also take it a little easy on myself. I allow myself to indulge, maybe have a little piece of cake, but practice moderation and balance,
right.
And just, really monitoring my stress. I think some people get so caught up in stressing out over things,
right.
And that's one of the most unhealthy things you can do. So it's just not breaking routine too much, but allowing myself
right.
a little bit of leeway. What about you?
My philosophy on it is I do get back into the routine right away, just to have a couple of weeks of what my routine is, and then being able to cheat when I want to cheat, because I don't like to have to think about it during the holidays. If I want to eat what I want to eat, I'm going to eat that.
Right.
If I want to have some lazy days where I don't do anything, I'm going to do that as well. And it's easier for me to get back into a routine after I just came off of a shorter break. If you take a break for a month and a half or so.
So hard to get back in.
If you've ever been back to the gym after a long time of not being there, it's so much worse than if you only missed a week or 2, or maybe even 3.
Right.
And in those cases, a lot of times you even miss the gym.
Right.
So yeah.
And also, your body can benefit from taking a little bit of time off, especially in lifting world, we call it our deloading week. So sometimes I'll strategically plan my deloading week around the holidays. I'll really
right.
go heavy the week before, and then maybe that week I deload. I move, I walk, I do other things, I get outside because I'm surrounded by family. So
right.
instead of going to the gym and taking that time, I'm like, hey, let's go for a walk. And that's my deload week. And then I get back to routine, and you actually feel more motivated and rejuvenated and refreshed to be able to crush it in the gym again.
Right.
Be easy on yourself, indulge, don't go crazy. And when you practice
right.
moderation, you'll find that you really don't feel the
right.
need to go overboard.
Today, we're going to show you how to make the most of your day. You might be off for the holidays, and we started off with a great breakfast. And then, so that's the food portion. So from there, we have to do what?
We are going to work out after we have a great nutritious breakfast, and we are fueled up because that is very, very important.
Yes. And after our workout, we are going to recover and show you different ways of recovery and why that's important. In fact, a lot of your gains are made during the recovery process.
Absolutely.
And plus, there's a whole lot of other fun stuff coming up in this show, and the weather outside is beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I've taken almost every single workout this last month outdoors. It is sunny and 75 every day. So get outside, you get that vitamin D, you can collaborate with family members, friends,
right.
and you just take in the holiday season, because here in Florida, we're really lucky that a sweater is maybe all you need, if that,
And of course, you have to dress the part, or you're not really celebrating the holidays, are you?
100%. If you didn't dress up in holiday gear, it's
right.
not the holidays.
Stick around, we're gonna finish up our breakfast and then head out to our workout. And another great activity to do outside is golf.
Golf can be intimidating for the first timer, but lucky for us, Matt Brady, Director of Instruction at TopGolf in Miami Gardens, who we met last year, is going to show us how to have a great first day on the links.
First thing you want to do, look to park near the golf shop. Go ahead and check in with the golf shop. get your tee time, pay for your rate, and then head outside. You should have a golf cart ready with your golf bag on there.
What should somebody wear?
So we recommend a collared shirt, and shorts are okay. No cargo shorts, so none of the extra pockets on the outside. You know, a nice Bermuda short. Pants are fine as well, and no jeans.
When it comes to shoes, you can wear non-golf shoes.
Oh yeah, I play in sneakers most of the time. A soft, running shoe is okay.
Right after we leave the pro shop, we end up here.
This is the putting green. This is the practice area. This is where we should start. The whole point of golf is to get the ball in the hole. So let's start close, make some small swings, and then as we get better and more comfortable, move further and further away. This is the hardest part of golf, but also the easiest part of golf to learn, right?
Right.
So we got to get our grip on there first.
Okay.
So we're going to put our left hand on top with our thumb down.
Okay.
And put our right hand below with the thumb down as well. Next, we put the putter right behind the ball.
Okay.
All right. And I like to use our feet as the measuring point here. So we're going to take it back to where our foot is right here. All right. And then we're going to swing through, hit it, and follow through to our other foot. So just a really short, small stroke to start. Ooh, almost made it. Almost got it.
Almost there.
Close.
So what, you said it's the easiest part to learn. Whoop. Thanks, producer. And you say it's the easiest part to learn. At the same time, it's the hardest part of golf. Why is that?
Putting consists of two things, direction and speed.
Okay.
Right? So it's really hard to maintain those two and find the perfect balance in every time. But it's most important because eventually this is how we get the ball in the hole. Next, we're going to do some chipping. Right?
Chipping.
So it's a little bit further away. It's a little different club, but it's still working around the green here, the most important part.
And what is chipping for the newbie?
So chipping is basically a shot that gets in the air a little bit, but mostly rolls. Right? Okay. So it's about 30% air, 70% roll. Pitching would be 70% air, 30% roll.
When it comes to chipping, in this case, which club should we be using?
For something like this, where we can keep the ball low and we can let it roll out,
right,
we're going to use something like an 8-iron. So the ball's not going to get very high, it's mostly going to roll over there. It's really essentially a long putt, but it's a lot easier if we get the ball on the ground quickly and let it roll. There's more risk when we get the ball in the air.
We're just warming up for our workout, but stay close. When SoFlo Health returns, our PGA Pro puts my driving to the test, and you can find out where this bacteria is hiding. Ugh. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franqui, and this is Morgan Shapiro. We are at Vista View Park, taking a little walk and enjoying the beautiful weather for the holidays. It's a great way to get outside and enjoy some vitamin D, right?
Yes, get outdoors, get some vitamin D, get some movement in, come together with some friends you like to work out with, and although a walk is great, I think it's time we kick it up a notch.
All right.
Etiquette is one of the most confusing aspects of golf, but as Matt Brady shows us, the rules are fairly simple.
So we talked about the grip. We've got our left hand on top, thumb down, right hand below. We can do some of this, but just get comfortable for now. Important thing here is that we're going to get some grass when we do that. So we're going to brush the grass on the ground, right? Just going back and forth. So let's put a ball there,
all right,
right in the middle of your feet. Beauty. Get in. Ooh, almost. Close.
Rob. All right, well, what do you say we go talk about tee boxes and just overall rules of the course?
Yeah, let's talk some etiquette.
Let's do it.
Basic etiquette, when someone else is hitting, stay quiet. You don't want to distract them. When you're driving along the golf course, try and keep your cart on the golf cart path, just to keep the grass nice. Definitely don't drive on the green, and just generally be polite. If you've got a group behind you that's playing really fast, feel free to let them through, right? You want to make sure they have fun too. Now a little bit of tee box etiquette. We put the tee between our fingers, put the ball on top, put it in the ground. Everybody's different, right? But I want it somewhere near the top of the club here.
Okay.
Right? Not in the bottom, not in the middle, but a little bit higher off the ground, right about there. When you're not hitting, you're going to stand off to the side over here. You never want to stand behind the person who's hitting.
Right.
Just distracting, right? Put the club on the ground, point our chest towards the ground, and we set up with the ball right here, right? So now we're set up, we're ready to go. Take a nice easy swing. You want to actually hit the tee as you're coming through like that.
Okay.
Right? Really easy thing to focus on for beginners.
All right, so I guess I'll tee up from about here?
Not quite.
No?
Not quite. No. This is, for the better players back here, people that have played golf a long time.
Okay.
Your tee box is going to be up there at the red tee box.
So there's multiple tee boxes?
Usually about 4 or 5, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And where should I start then?
All the way up there.
Where our producer is?
Oh, yeah. We're going to head back to the practice range. How about that?
Yep.
Yep.
The important thing is that you come out here so that you can get familiar with playing some golf, getting outside, having fun, moving around, and staying healthy. So I'm gonna keep working on this short game before I head out to my long game, and I'll see you soon. A little better. Morgan wasn't kidding. We really did kick up the tempo. Woo. Right, Morgan?
Yes, we did. We are working our legs, getting our heart rate up, a full body workout.
Hey, Morgan, when's the best time to go to the dentist?
Every 6 months.
Well, yeah, but 2:30. Get it? Because, all right, forget it. Anyway, we're gonna finish this up, and you check in with MCCAWLEY Periodontics. Woo. Today we're at MCCAWLEY Periodontics, and this is Mark McCauley, periodontist. Now, tell me, what is a periodontist?
I went to a lot more schooling to actually end up treating gum disease, doing dental implants, and also what's called periodontal plastic surgery, which is basically getting your smile looking great as far as the gum line and making everything look nice for you.
Right, so let's talk about gum disease. Let's start with that. What is gum disease and how many people have it? How would you know that you have it?
What periodontal disease is it's a bacterial and parasitic infection inside your gums.
Okay.
And once it gets into your gums, it makes a home. Back in 1990, this office got involved in using a laser. That light energy will actually go down to the base of the pocket, and it'll actually kill all that bacteria there.
Now, I'm no doctor, but this looks like it's bacteria of some sort up here.
Oh yeah.
You want to talk to us about what you have up here on the
So
screen?
that guy right there is an amoeba. You can actually get amoeba in your mouth. And those spiral-shaped bacteria, you can see basically hundreds of them. That's just a small little slice of what you can see around your mouth.
And then when somebody comes to see you, how quickly will they know if they have gum disease, and how quickly will they get it treated?
They come in, we do a full examination on all the patients. Right. We take a bacterial sample on all the patients too. If we think there's a chance you've got gum disease, we take a slide. So we've got a phase contrast microscope which actually is able to project this immediately.
Is there a way you could show us something like this?
Of course, yeah. Meet me by the microscope.
Let's do it. Come on. Doc, what are you looking at in there?
Well, what I'm looking for is periodontal pathogen bacteria and parasites. We actually end up projecting this, and we can show the patients exactly what they have. Those bacteria will get into your gums, and they will actually ulcerate your gums. And then you get the bleeding, which ends up precipitating bone loss and things like that. You end up getting loose teeth, and then you can actually lose your teeth because of it.
Not good.
And it's all because of those little guys.
Right there. It's kind of scary. This is something that could also affect the rest of your health.
What happens is that bacteria, it gets into your gums. It doesn't stay there though. It actually ends up getting into your bloodstream. It increases your risk of heart disease, stroke, Alzheimer's, even types of cancer it can increase the risk of.
What are ways that people can prevent themselves from getting gum disease?
Brush and floss regularly, use antiseptics, and in all honesty, get checked. Because once it gets to a certain point, no matter how much you brush and floss, it's not going to take care of it.
And the worst case scenario is that some people can lose their teeth if they let this get out of hand.
If you do have gum disease, our first choice is to try to save your teeth. But when that doesn't happen, if it's gotten too bad, and in places where you've actually lost teeth previously, we are able to replace them.
Dr. McCauley, thank you so much for your time. The next time we see you, let's talk about those implants. What do you say?
All right, will do.
Let's do it.
Thanks.
In just a minute, Morgan has a smoothie that's not just delicious, it might actually help you feel better. And we look at a modern emergency room.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Recovery. In fact, you make a lot of your gains in the recovery process, right, Morgan?
Absolutely. You know, a lot of people think that they need to train harder and harder and harder. And although, yes, you need to train hard, sometimes that could be pretty counterproductive. While you're in the gym, that's when you're tearing the muscle.
Right.
You're working it. But it's not till we actually take the time to sit down and rest that we give our muscles the opportunity to recover and grow and make those quote-unquote gains that we all are wanting. So rest is really, really important.
And recently you took care of your mind and your body at the same time, isn't that right?
I did. I actually spent some time with Dr. Lital Pachon. We made a smoothie. Why don't you go check it out?
Take a look.
I am here with Dr. Lital Pachon, nutritional psychologist. So I've heard of a nutritionist, I've heard of a psychologist. What is a nutritional psychologist? What a nutritional psychologist does is we focus on nutrition for mental health. So how to heal depression and anxiety through your diet. A lot of, your mental aspects of your teens very much affect your mental health as well.
Exactly.
So what is going into this smoothie and why are we putting it in this smoothie?
So we have all real whole food ingredients.
Okay. So I'll start putting
some
all these in
spinach,
here.
some berries, natural sweetener like dates. So we
Right.
want to avoid sugar. That's the whole idea, to reduce inflammation in the body,
Okay.
which can then work to improve our mental health. You know, a lot of people struggle with a morning routine. But what I always like to say is just focus on your mind, something for your mind and something for your body. Wake up, move, you know, get your blood flowing, get your lymphatic system moving, stretch, do a few squats. You don't have to work out. What I love, going for a morning walk and getting morning sunlight. So
Okay.
the sunlight actually works as an antidepressant.
Basically the simple fact of getting up, getting moving, doing something to just start that
Doing
fuels
something
you.
and have a plan. You know, I always say, if you want to change your life, start with the morning.
Okay.
It sets the tone for the day. We tend to wake up and we're so rushed, and then we're always on the go. I'm just gonna add some water here.
Okay.
And ice. If we start the day off with a plan, it doesn't have to be everything. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
You know,
it doesn't have to be like 7:05, peel the
absolutely
banana.
not. Just
No.
move, have a plan.
And do you
Really
find
simple.
too that like psychologically, when you take the time to start your morning, not fueling yourself, you know, mentally through nutrition, all of these things, you're gonna make better choices throughout the day? Do you find that
Yes.
that happens a lot with your clients?
Definitely. And you know, first of all, you're doing something for yourself, which
Right.
is amazing. And that means like you appreciate your health, you value
Right.
your health. So that alone
Right. So
brings...
regardless if you're busy, you know, a smoothie's so quick.
We're done.
You
We're
have to
literally
take
gonna
care of the
pop it
whole
on and
family.
we're done.
Still do something for yourself. Don't neglect
Exactly.
yourself if that's very important as well.
Exactly.
Let's blend it up, girl.
All right. Go for
Straw,
it.
too.
Enjoy.
I'll have a little taste. Very good. Very sweet too, like
Yeah.
naturally sweet. The
Yeah.
dates.
The
It's gotta
dates
be the
sweeten it,
dates.
yeah.
Oh, I love it. So a lot of real whole ingredients, but moral of the story, there's no right, there's no wrong. You play with it. So now if someone liked this one so much that they want to try another one, where can they find more of these smoothie recipes?
So I post almost all of my smoothies on my Instagram, The Healthy Psych.
Okay, so tomorrow morning when it starts off on Monday, what time should I expect? At 7 a.m.? How early are you
No
up?
pressure, no pressure. Sure, I'll do it 7
Okay,
a.m.
so we'll keep up with you. Thank you so much for sharing all these healthy tips. I really appreciate it.
Awesome, thank you so much.
That's what I'm talking about. This is my kind of recovery. Poolside in sunny SoFlo. Right, Morgan?
Keep your pool. I'll be over here in my Zen hammock with a great book.
This is still considered recovery, right?
Of course, rest days are what they sound like. Resting.
All right, good. I'm just gonna take a little rest here and you watch something. We're at Broward Health Imperial Point and I'm outside of the emergency entrance. Hopefully you don't end up here, but I'm headed inside to meet Dr. Carralero to find out what happens if you do. Hey there, Dr. Carralero.
Hi, Hunter. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having us here today in your beautiful emergency department. Tell me about what goes on here.
Thank you for coming in. We are an emergency department in Fort Lauderdale, and we are a general emergency department. We take care of every patient that comes through the door, from newborns to elderly people.
One of the things that I think people think of most when they think of the worst case scenario of an emergency is heart attacks. Now, how do you handle heart attacks here?
Heart attacks handled in one of two ways. Either they come in by EMS or they walk in through the door. Those two are handled slightly different, but either way, you want to be able to get a quick EKG on a patient, diagnose them with a heart attack, and activate a cath lab.
What is a cath lab?
A cath lab is a dedicated part of the hospital in which we take patients that are having an acute heart attack, and we take care of them there. An interventional cardiologist will will puncture the groin or the wrist and put a device that'll open up the artery and allow blood flow to the heart.
And that's a life-saving event.
That is a life-saving event.
And which symptoms are the cues to, okay, I should go? When is it the time to go make sure you don't have a heart attack?
Chest pain, shortness of breath, sweatiness, and nausea are the typical symptoms that you should look for.
Those are the, like, you should go now.
You should go now.
It's not something that, oh, I'll just sleep it off and I'll be okay. It's
Correct.
go now.
Yeah.
And what makes Broward Health different than other hospitals?
At Broward Health, I think the people are what make Broward Health different. I mean, we have a great team of dedicated emergency physicians that are board certified. We have a great deal of PAs, nurse practitioners, dedicated nurses, techs, and paramedics that want to take care of our community, basically.
When it comes to technology, how is Broward Health different from others, and what do they use to treat a heart attack?
Well, we invest heavily in technology, and I think it starts off with EMS. When they encounter a patient with a heart attack, start up a cardiac alert, and they will send us their EKG. That EKG will be sent through the web, through one of our displays, and we'll be able to see it before they get here. And that will cause us to activate our cardiac alert and bring our team in so that we can take advantage of the time.
Because as in most situations that are emergency, but especially with a heart attack, the faster you get to solving the problem, the more likely to have a better outcome.
What is happening physiologically is that you're not getting enough oxygen to the muscle of the heart because there's a blockage in the artery. The quicker you can reestablish that blood flow and oxygen supply to the muscle, the better the recovery will be for the patient.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Quiz time. A lot of you may be traveling for the holidays, and that may include crossing multiple time zones. So the question is, true or false, you can sleep off jet lag? The answer when SoFlo Health returns. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Franqui, and before the break I asked you, true or false, you can sleep off jet lag? And the answer is false. You cannot sleep off jet lag. However, the National Sleep Foundation does have some tips for you to help you recover faster from that jet lag. And the first is to fly into your destination in the early evening and stay up until 10 p.m. The second is to avoid caffeine and alcohol 3 to 4 hours before bed. And the last one is to expose yourself to as much sunlight as you can during the day to help your body adjust. We hope that helps. That's it for this week's episode of SoFlo Health. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Morgan Shapiro for having us today and showing us how to have a healthier holiday start.
Of course, Hunter, it was my pleasure. And everyone at home, remember, stick to your routine as much as you can. Get outside, get moving, but also allow yourself to indulge and appreciate the little things about the holidays that make such a big difference.
As always, you can watch previous episodes of SoFlo Health on SoFloHealth.com. You can follow us using @SoFlo Health to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. Now, what do you say we go make some of those smoothies?
Weren't you out by the pool? Why don't you let me be and let me get back into this book?
All right, I'll see you next week.
Next week, SoFlo Health is headed to the Night Garden for a wondrous tour of beautiful botanical light displays. Plus, we head south and west for the winter with MCCAWLEY Village, and a sneak peek of what's to come at one of South Florida's most iconic buildings. Until then, healthy holidays.